$30 a year for the next 10 years for the Crimson Desert content. Before you're gonna grab a pitchfork, relax. This is not an official number. This is not an official announcement of anything. This is something else completely. Yesterday, I actually uploaded a video talking about the Crimson Desert DLC and what is the future of the game, what we can expect, or what other were the speculations of mine, of what do I want to see in the game, or what do I think that would be coming in the game. And you had a lot of comments about that. You had a lot of things to say, and a lot of great and amazing suggestions, and basically you created an absolutely perfect wish list for what we want in the future DLCs or in expansions for the Crimson Desert. And that number, $30 a year for the next 10 years, was actually one of the comments by one of our viewers named CamX36, who said that he would gladly pay that amount of money for the next 10 years. And a lot of people actually agreed with that. And we're going to talk about this number specifically a bit later, whether I would agree with this or not. But now I want to cover all the wish lists or the requests that you had, maybe with the Crimson Desert developers or Peripherals or whoever might listen. Basically, those are the things that you want to be added in the game. And by far, the number one most requested feature and most exciting feature, or the most hyped feature, was the addition of co-op or multiplayer of any kind. Now, people are actually expecting this to be a reality because of all dimensional wire thing, and because how Crimson Desert is actually a multiplayer MMO transformed into a single-player game, and because of the background of Peripherals with the Black Desert Online, people are really expecting this thing to come. But there are a lot of different opposing opinions on how players want to implement these co-op features. Like, for example, some people really want co-op to be playable in an open world, but others, or rather most others, actually do not want this. Most players actually want to have a co-op in a separate, different part of the game. Like for example, in dungeons or in completely separate region, separate from the base game. And the people who want this in the base game want to have a drop-in, drop-out, like visiting different worlds or your friends' worlds kind of thing to help them with their bosses or to gather resources and things like that. And actually all of those opinions about how co-op should work is actually really valid and would make game absolutely amazing. But no less than that, people were requesting the character creator and the new classes. Specifically, people are focusing how Peripherals made an absolutely amazing character creator in BDO, Black Desert Online, and I have to agree with that. Black Desert Online has absolutely amazing character creator, and even more maybe controversial, they have an amazing class system in that game as well. The classes in BDO is absolutely beautiful and amazing, and one of the most requested class was actually Dark Knight. I don't know why people chose specifically Dark Knight to be excited about, but it will be a really good thing to have. Like for example, after completing the game maybe, or if at some point, you should have an ability to change or choose the fourth character, and the fourth character should be something that is completely built ground up by you and should have maybe different classes. Something similar to BDO, or maybe something similar to Elden Ring as well, so that you could have something that is unique to you, not just by equipment that you wear, but by the actual abilities that you have. And we have an equipment division already in the game. Like Clef has different equipment, Onka has a different equipment, Demian has different equipment. So we have a basics of the classes in the game. So I think that this is also a valid thing to expect in the nearest future, or maybe in the far future from the DLC or expansion or from an update as well. But next thing was actually probably the thing that we will most likely get really soon, because that part of the game is already in the game and it's just locked off, and it's a locked off regions. Like for example, a lot of players pointed out that, yep, they actually have seen this all by myself as well, that a lot of locations are actually complete. We have complete strongholds, even entire villages, even dungeons and caves, and a lot of things that are complete and are already in the game, but they're locked off within invisible walls. They were specifically talking about the regions in the mountains of Hernan de Payloon, west of Sun-Baked Peaks, and the southernmost territories of the game. We have a lot of territories there available, and it will probably amount to 5 to 10% of entire map that is already in the game and is locked off from everyone. So even if they will not add the completely different regions, just unlocking those regions is more than enough to expand game rapidly. And I didn't even talk about the northern regions like so north of Varnia and etc. Game has a lot of regions, and we'll probably get some more territories and regions, if not in the DLC, in the future expansion at least. And one more thing that people were predicting and people were requesting was survival mode and base building. Now, if you ask me, that is actually a very good thing to request. You see, many people prefer to roleplay in the world, like for example, move around slowly and just walk around and just loot everything, consume food and water, and just this game is so immersive that survival mode, and if you want to call immersive mode, just makes sense. If it did make sense in Skyrim, it makes sense here as well. Yes, many people were opposing this. Many people who did not want this specifically in this game because they don't want any additional mechanics that will make game more of a chore. And I understand that as well, but have an ability to toggle the survival mode. Like for example, there's something that is very similar to, let's say, Red Dead Redemption 2. The ability to, well, have a camp and just need to sleep at night, and just you have an ability to, well, cook up your campfire and needs to drink water and things like that, would add an immersion for many people. People are already immersed in this world and spending hundreds of hours, so why not give them something additional to do during these hundreds of hours? And I think this makes sense. And additional to that, people were requesting actually the base building. Now, what people are requesting is a bit different to what is already in the game. In the game, you do have a base, but this is a pre-built and like pre-made bases that you have some effects in building and upgrading, but it's literally just a part of the quest. What they were requesting is actually ability to choose the locations for different bases and build bases there. To build your own stronghold or something like that, or at least build your own house. This way you're gonna have an ability to actually send the trade route to different bases and possibly have even more gameplay mechanics and transform game into something far more interesting. And to be fair, that type of thing can be added into the game, and if they will do it, it will be absolutely amazing. Especially if they will add this in addition to the multiplayer, meaning that people will not have just the different characters, different builds, different equipment. They can have a different basis, and they have all of them can have something unique to play with. Now, there were some smaller requests as well, like for example, ability to dye additional weapons and ability to basically dye anything. And there were some smaller requests, but overall, I think this request, if they will be added into the game, in addition to all the additional content, like additional quests or additional equipment or additional pets or whatever, it will be absolutely amazing. And what are your thoughts? What do you want from upcoming DLCs and expansions from this game? And this video is not sponsored at all by anyone, and if you want to keep these videos that way, don't forget to hit that beautiful join button. This way we will be supporting channel directly. And thanks to Gabriel Wagman, the only member of the channel who has been around supporting the channel for 8 months now. I'm pretty sure he forgot to cancel the membership, but he's doing his part supporting this channel. Yeah, and if you want to do so, you can do it as well. And if you want to see my video about actual DLC predictions of the game, not just wishlist, you can watch a video about this right here. Don't forget to subscribe right here as well as you for today, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Take care.